Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. I am Mrs. Possessive. Hope all of you are fine and in high spirits after your vacation. Beta, recognition of parts of speech is very important for you, as most of your objective paper is based on the MCQs related to the parts of speech. Although you have been doing and learning your parts of speech from your very early years in your primary years, but now you need to do it once again thoroughly, so that you can attempt your objective paper quite well. So beta, in this regard, our first lecture is on noun and its kinds. So we'll be doing all the parts of speech one by one. So let's start our today's first lecture on noun and its kinds. The learning outcomes of our today's lecture are that at the end of this lesson you should be able to know once again that what are nouns, and then you should be able to identify the kinds of nouns. So beta, basically nouns are names. Nouns are names of everything around you. Nouns are the words which name the people, places, things or ideas. Let's see some of the examples of nouns, like sunlight, John, cat, Mexico, it's a city, trust. So these are some of the examples of nouns. So now let's see the different kinds of nouns. So first we'll discuss about common nouns. Common nouns are the general names of the persons, place or things. For example, boy is a general name of boys and girl, and woman, man, flower, city, right? So these are the general names of a class. For example, see this, common nouns don't refer to a specific person. So these are not special persons or specific persons, place or things. These are some general names. For example, Mark has a friend. So friend is a common noun called John, and John here is a proper noun. Next example is they live in a house in London. So these are the common nouns. Then comes the proper nouns. When we attribute a special name to a person, place or thing, or specific name, that is proper noun. Proper nouns refer to a specific person, place or thing, and you will keep it into your minds that they always start with the capital letter. So these are the things and these are the ambiguities that you should make very clear into your minds, that the proper nouns will always be starting with the capital letter, whether they are in the middle of a sentence or at the end of a sentence. So Mark has a friend called John. So here you see that we have put capital letter with John. They live in a house in London. So see this, that we have put this capital letter. So next comes your concrete nouns. So as you see that common and proper nouns are very easy for you to recognize and to identify in your papers and your objectives and MCQs also. But as far as I have seen that you are confused in concrete and abstract nouns, and sometimes you people make minor mistakes in recognizing and in telling them apart, that what are the concrete and what are the abstract nouns. So here I will tell you some of the tips also to differentiate between these two. So you know that concrete nouns are those that we can see, hear, taste, smell or touch the things. So they are that concrete nouns represent. For example, so see once again, that we can see, hear, taste, smell, or touch the things that concrete nouns represent. See some examples of concrete nouns. Apple, Sydney, city, a friend. So Sydney Opera House, this is Sydney Opera House. So you see that we can see this, we can taste this, and we can touch this friend. You will keep it and this tip into your mind, that the things of which we can make a word that can make a very clear image, a very clear picture into our minds, is called a concrete noun, right? And on the contrary, the abstract nouns, see what is the difference between these two? Because these are just, you will see that abstract and concrete nouns are just the opposite of to each other. For example, we can't see, hear, taste, smell, or touch the things that abstract nouns represent. So now you must have recognized that this is just the opposite of concrete noun. So now, what is the picture of trust? Is there any image in your mind of trust? Then what is the picture of progress into your mind? And what is there any image of knowledge into your mind? No. So you see that abstract nouns do not form any clear picture, any clear image into our minds. So whenever you are confused between some words, that whether this is concrete or abstract, what you will do, you will just think for a while that whether this word is making any clear picture in my mind, any clear image in my mind. Then this would be very easy for you to tell that whether this is abstract or concrete. So beta, next comes countable nouns. So you see that countable nouns can also be concrete nouns. For example, apples, we can catch them. Now this is up to your question of your MCQ, that what is the answer that it requires from you, whether they are asking you about countable nouns. Then you will see the options, whether the option is of countable noun or concrete noun. So this is very simple. Countable and uncountable nouns seem to be very simple to identify and recognize, but even then, you know that they sometimes they makes you confused, because sometimes we see that some of the things are countable, but in reality, in the language, they are not countable. And sometimes we see some words or some objects or things which we see that they are uncountable, but they seem to be countable in the language. So there's a very slight differences and some tips that you will now you will make your minds very clear at this stage, at your 10th class level. And now you will have to remove all your ambiguities about countable and uncountable nouns. So what are these? So first thing is very simple, that countable nouns can be counted. For example, these apples, we can count these apples. 1 apple, 2 apple, 3 apples. These are simple. So that's why countable nouns can be singular or plural. So this is the thing. This is a thing that will make countable nouns, that they can be singular and they can be plural. So now beta, you will keep it into your minds that this is not a thing that whether you can count them or not, but you will see that whether you can use them as a singular or you can turn them into plural. So this is the thing. For example, apple, 2 apples. So countable nouns can be singular. Nouns can be singular, only one. The baby held up 1 foot and 1 hand. So baby, foot, hand. These are singular nouns. But now we can change them into plurals, more than one. We have turned baby into babies, plural, foot into feet, hand into hands. We usually add s to a singular noun to make a plural, for example, hands. But sometimes some nouns follow some different rules. For example, baby, we will not change it like this by putting just s on this at the end of this. Babies, we have removed here y and we have added ies. Wolf, wolves. Foot, feet. Mouse, mice. So here we have changed these plurals into in a different way. So beta, now you understood that countable nouns are those that can be turned into plurals. So now come to your uncountable nouns. So these are just the opposite of countable nouns, that there are some nouns that we can't count. For example, can you say that 1 water, 2 waters, 3 waters? No. So this is very simple, that if you can't turn it into a plural, this is simply an uncountable noun. But if you really want to count the water, then what you will be doing? You will put it into glasses or some drops to count it. For example, 1 glass of water, 1 drop of water. 2 glasses of water, 2 drops of water. 3 glasses of water, 3 drops of water. So now you must have cleared your mind about countable and uncountable nouns, that the words that can be turned into plurals, that are countable, and the words that we cannot add them in plural, that are uncountable nouns, right? So uncountable nouns can't be made plurals. Okay, next see. Here we'll discuss about possessive forms of nouns. We use the possessive forms of nouns to show that it owns something. For example, this is my daughter's dog. So this will be called possessive form of nouns. Not possessive noun, but possessive form of nouns. This is giving you a sense of ownership, that to whom does it belong to. Then children's dinner is cold. Here this children's is possessive form of noun, and these can be sometimes in your objective paper. Then the bird's nest is in the trees. So here again this birds, this is possessive form of nouns. So next see your collective nouns. Collective nouns talk about a group of people or things made up of individual things or individual parts. For example, you can see this is teams, different players, a lot of players, but they will be called a team. The team was playing well. Next example, collective nouns are singular if the individual parts are acting together. The team was playing well. So here we will use singular with it, was, not were. We will not say that the team were playing, the team was playing. And plural if they are acting individually. For example, the team got in their cars. For example, now they are sitting in cars individually, not collectively. So you will clear your mind here, that if there is a sentence in your paper where they are playing as a team, as a whole, as one team, that is that will be used in singular. But if the team is they are acting at individual level, for example, they are getting in their car, or they are eating something, then the team are eating something. So here you will use plural, their cars. First we'll discuss some of the other examples of collective noun? Can you recall some of the other collective nouns? For example, a bunch of flowers, a flight of stairs, a jury of judges, a flock of sheep, a herd of cattle. So you will think as many collective nouns as you can. So next comes your material noun. Material nouns refer to a material or substance from which a lot of other things can be made, such as silver, gold, iron, cotton, diamond, plastic, wood, right? Paper. So you see that from paper you can also make a lot of other things. Then flour, atta. You can make a lot of things from atta, you know, pizzas and breads and cookies and a lot of the other things. So flour is also a material noun. You will think some other examples of material nouns. Yes, then wool, and then leather, right? Then comes your compound nouns. You see that what is the meaning of compound? Compound means more than one thing. We can stick two words together to make a compound noun. For example, we write some all as one word. So football. So this is a combination of two words, football. So but this is just one. It will be written in just in the form of one word. There will be no space in it. Tablecloth, right? But there are some compound nouns which will be written with a hyphen with them, right? City state, this is a hyphen, you can see, city state. Tractor trailer with a hyphen. And there are some other compound nouns which are written as separate words, but still they will remain one word. For example, they are written separately, but this is just one word. For example, rocking chair, container ship, right? What other compound nouns you can think? For example, you will see like ice cream, dining table. Then you see there are some of the not some of, but all of the in-laws are written in hyphens. For example, they can be more these compound nouns can be more than two words. For example, mother-in-law, sister-in-law, all the in-laws. So these are compound nouns. These are written with hyphens. So now you have done your nouns and their kinds thoroughly, and you must have understood all. Now this is very important assignment that I am giving to you, is that you will make an assignment of nouns and its kinds, and you will add as many examples as you can in your assignment, and you will do it very thoroughly, and you will consider it very important for your objective papers and for your MCQs. Hope that you will do your assignment in time and you will do it very well. Thank you very much and take care.